wanted to get started on cutting that wood up. I got the chainsaw, well, sitting inside warming up. There's no gas in it, so it's safe. And I just decided we'll do that later. With the sun shining bright, the woods are just too beautiful to pass up. And the main trail we've been running on here, and we skied it, snowshoed it. I ran the snow dog down it 2 or 3 times, and so I can walk on it like a cement sidewalk right now. Jim warned me that every once in a while a foot might slip through, but he forgot I got size 13, so I kind of got my own built-in snowshoe. So just go out here and enjoy this fantastic forest. We're about 500 meters north of the cabin on the what we call the first beaver pond. This is the beaver pond, the top of the beaver dam, where I've been kind of working on it over the years, making it wide enough, and I was even able to sneak the snow dog down it as we were here this year. In the past, last year, I dropped the snow dog down out into the pond in the basin to avoid snaking along the narrow top of this trail, but this year we've made it work. It slipped off a few times, but if I watch it, I can kind of walk the dog and get it to go down and stay on top. When we first come in, I cut through the bush and didn't come along this main trail because I knew it had drifted in over here, and there's the beaver dam and then a channel out in front of the beaver dam where it's really deep. And so I think if I were to try to walk straight out there, that snow might be up to my shoulders. You could really get wallowing around in there. So Jim came over when we decided to break open the regular trail. He came over and fortunately he punched a little shortcut through right here, but you can see how it, even there, as it drops down into that channel again. Some pretty deep snow in there. It's frozen hard though. We're not punching through, so I just had visions of wallowing around in there. And when we wanted to bring the snow dog through, we got it packed good, so I brought it through one time so far, and that worked really well too. A few days I may make another run out toward the vehicle. Snow dog just hasn't worked out that well. It's just too deep of snow and too rough a country for it. But we'll get our work jobs done with the new cabin with it, and then we'll, more than likely I'll probably pedal it, because for just trying to groom ski tracks up here, it's not worth the effort you need to put into it. Now we're out on what I call the second or the middle beaver pond. This is the one that's between our North Pond and Hawks Pond. Last fall I pulled the lawnmower down on the top of that dam and had that really nice, but in the wintertime we just drop down below and come across the ice. This is another spot that really gave me concern when we came in. It's up by one of the homesteads we call Lakeside Home, and that old well pipe stuck in the ground has always fascinated us, but usually way down that dip down there, that's where the trail is, but you can just see how much the snow has drifted up, and that little slip there, but that's why I was concerned about getting on top of that snow and falling through, because that's getting down near ground level down in there. You can see how much it's just, well, I didn't want to take a chance, and I'm glad that Jim packed it in here and we're doing good, but if it softened up, you'd fall through a ways. This is out the what we call the Lakeside Home over there. Got a little sign above the snow, but otherwise you'd never know it was there. Near as I can tell in the history of this latest stuff, they call this the mill site right here. And in fact, when there was a land sale in the 1930s, it was separated off 5 acres or 10 acres and not sold the rest of the property because it was called the mill site. We keep it open for wildlife, cut the brush back, let the good stuff grow. In the woods, there's a lot of deer tracks, but out in these meadows and openings, the deer just been avoiding it. Now here I see one came out this far and turned around and went back. Don't know what he was thinking. I haven't seen any sign of a wolf. Been no tracks, nothing going on in that. So I don't know where the wolves are feeding, but they must be fat and happy with all of the deer out here in the forest for the winter. They got virtually no deer out here all summer, and then when the deep winter sets in, they push into here to feed on the bottomland cedars, the white cedar. But next spring they'll clear out again. Now I see what was going on. The deer lingered here a while and nibbled on all that young twigs that we put the trail right next to. Now we're out about 2 kilometers west of the cabin on the main trail that we brought in from the vehicle. Getting a lot better winter deer habitat in here again, so the tracks have picked up a lot. I got one trail camera I want to put out down here along the trail, and I get enough deer shots, but I'm hoping to maybe catch some of the other local wildlife out using the sidewalk rather than fighting the deep snow. This is the trail that cabin partner Jim helped me open up. Usually we're on old logging trails, but there was a spot here where we just had to get down between the trees as best we could. So I was out front. I was chainsawing and leaving it lay, and he was coming along behind and throwing it off, and he wasn't feeling very good that day anyway. And then every time I ran out of gas, he thought, oh good, oh good. Unfortunately, 3 or 4 times I fueled up, saw roared back to life, and he thought, oh no. So that went on all afternoon, but he kept at it. And because of all the fruits of all that labor we put in years ago, now we have this pathway that we can actually get down through some pretty impenetrable timber. I think this will make a nice place for that trail camera. I'll just point it straight down the trail. Every once in a while out in the woods we come across a gray jay like that one. That one just been landing on my camera, so it's probably one that was tamed down at the cabin and got chased off as it reached adolescence. He definitely got no fear, unfortunately. I don't even have any food with me at all, I don't think. Sorry, buddy. Should come prepared. I know this has been a really long walk so far, and as I look back, I think most of our fellow trekkers headed back to the cabin to put on some water to boil and look for those cherry pies I got stashed back there. But for those of you that have hung in there with me, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what that camera showed us eventually. Surprise! This is Martin's Uber service giving Jenny a ride back out to her vehicle. She had trekked in most of the way, and I think she really appreciated the ride out. No, actually, she's laying there just comfortable. She's fine. Everything's good. And who can recognize this mystery man sneaking an Uber ride back into the cabin? He actually got off after a while. He didn't ride all the way. This is what we're supposed to be catching in these trail cams, not Uber riders. It would be a beautiful day to go out and check out Hawks Pond, but I'm not willing to wade through almost 3 feet of snow for that, so it'll have to wait till the spring trip. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a beautiful walk today. We're out here in an old homestead. We're down below down here, there's actually a bench you sit on. We're up in the top rail. And it's a high back bench. Jim must have come by the other day and got it tamped down and got the snow off the top, and now that the March 1st sun, it's beaten down good enough that it melted the top rail off again. As my friend Walleye Don likes to say, that sun's got some power in it.